to Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey. What made you move to Newark, New Jersey?
That's what a lot of people ask me. You know, who wants to move to Newark, New Jersey? I ran into. I met a guy here in North Carolina, and he was in the martial arts as I was, and he. I went to Newark to visit with him and met a lot of his friends, and the people I met in Newark were instantly like brothers and sisters to me, and we just collaborated, and I felt like it'd be a good place for me to move. I knew I wanted to leave North Carolina. Definitely didn't want to go back to California. I didn't know where else to go, and that felt more like home than anywhere else. So I moved to Newark, New Jersey in 1983 and stayed there until 1996.
And Newark, what did you learn from martial arts out there?
Oh man, so that's detailed on my website as well. I moved to Newark in 1983 and got involved in the martial art of Bando, a multifaceted Burmese system that functions with fist, stick, edge weapon, and gun. And it's and animal systems, and then you have internal systems, so it's a very comprehensive system. And I met the Grandmaster, Dr. G, at that time as well. Then from there, I did some full contact fighting in Bando and was able to win the Bando middleweight championship. When Dr. G came to train a group of us in Newark, New Jersey, there were about 20 of us, and we were what we call hard chargers. We did some really hard sparring, kickboxing, hand-to-hand combat. That's what we focused on in where I was learning in New Jersey. But Bando is multifaceted. You have the animal systems, the edge weapon, the stick, so you've got to focus on a point. So that's what we majored in, for lack of a better word. Dr. G came to train a group of us in 1984 and talked to us about, the 9 lives of a Bando man, the 9 levels of courage, the 9 do's and don'ts, the 9 animals, what Bando means. He regaled us with different stories of his exploits in combat and in hand-to-hand combat and fighting. And when I listened to Dr. G, this is a 3-day training. The first time was a 3-day training session where no session was less than 12 hours. We were training all day and eating dinner and listening to lectures. And I knew that I'd found what I was searching for since 1972. This is 1984. So I was like the assistant instructor of this group because I had most martial arts experience, with my military experience and my Okinawan experience. But when Dr. G talked to me, and now keep this in mind, I've been training with karate masters, I've trained with kung fu masters, but there was something different about Dr. G. He was so approachable and so articulate, and the style was so comprehensive. I felt like I'd found a mountain that I knew I could climb. I knew I'd never get to the top, but I've got something really to immerse myself in totally. And I told Dr. G I want to be a disciple, I want to join. And Dr. G looked me straight in my eyeballs and he said, when the student is ready, the master will appear. Long before this occurs, the student will have met the teacher through the various personalities which have guided him along the path. When the student is ready for the next stage of his instruction, the appropriate instructor for that next stage will come to him. True masters and initiates do exist, but they do not advertise. In the end, one must always remember that there's only one true master, the inner self, who hides behind the mask of the apprentice. When I heard those words, there was an explosion in my head. In Zen Buddhism, they call that a koan, where you become totally enlightened by hearing a word or phrase or seeing a picture. I became enlightened, and we went to see Dr. G. The instructor and I would go see Dr. G several times from 84 to about 90 when he went overseas. We kind of fell out of contact. We talked to him on the phone and just continue to practice. So that I'm so thankful that I was introduced to Bando, and that was the main thing that my martial art journey that I got in Newark, New Jersey. I also won the Bando Kickboxing Middleweight Championship in 1986.